Hey everybody, this is GGB getting the second quarter of action here. I hope you guys are just as excited as I am. Mountain West Saints have a very, very good drive going right now. The AAC Jags hopefully took that little quarter break to get their hopes back up. I mean, you definitely aren't down by that much, but your defense, you need to get a stop. Looks like maybe a mid-blitz coming here. Shotgun here for Josh Allen. They might drop some of those guys out. They do not. They actually go run here, though. Ooh, and a lot of running room. Able to get almost a first down for Alexander Madison. 9 yards. Brings up second in inches. And honestly, Alexander Madison is so killing it right now. I would just keep handing it off to him. There's no way. And honestly, this could not have looked better. If you are a Mountain West Saints fan and you are looking to look really good and move on to the divisional round, you're not relying on Josh Allen, which has been a huge part of the flaws. I don't know how that's not a first down, by the way. You're snapping from the first down marker, but okay. They're going to hand off to Alexander Madison, who's going to get tackled for actually a loss of about a yard. Brings up a 3rd and 1. Haason Reddick ends up making that tackle. Again, the linebacker core has actually played well in Haason Reddick and Eric Wilson. It's just everyone else has kind of not been playing that well. Great play there by Haason Reddick, just keep them short. They have not had any real semblance of a pass rush so far on Josh Allen. To be fair, neither has the Mountain West. 2 tight ends set here with fullback Nick Bottom on the field. Looks like definitely a run up the middle. They're going to go handoff up the middle. He's going to get tackled for about a 4-yard loss, maybe another yard, 2 yards actually the mark. But for a second in inches, David Collins up making a huge tackle on 3rd down. Push him backwards and force him to probably take a field goal here with Jason Sanders. Great play there made by Xavier Collins to get past his man and make a huge tackle in the backfield. Big play right there made by the Rook. And Xavier Collins is a player to watch for because he is definitely a rookie. Oh, they're going to go for it. 4th and 3. This is a chance for a huge stop here with the AAC Jaguars. Under center here is Josh Allen. They're going to go pass, obviously. He has time, he fires it, and he ends up picking up that first down. First pass of the day, though, to Cedric Wilson, I believe. Yep, first catch of the ball game for 13 yards. And that's kind of heartbreaking if you're the AAC Jaguars. You thought you held them, and they end up going for it, and they end up picking it up. 1st and 10 for the 12-yard line. You can still force a field goal here. They bring 1 tight end fullback set onto the field with Bodden. Under center is Allen. They're going to hand off. He's in... Madison's able to get about 3 yards in that play. Not a huge gain, but something on 1st down. So honestly, one of the better defended runs of the day so far for the AAC Jaguars. 2 tight ends set here with Hollister and Virgil, I think. They're going to go handoff up the middle again. Madison's going to get quickly tackled for only about a 4-yard gain, actually. Brings up a 3rd and 4. So, interesting choice here. Do you pass the ball or do you keep rocking with Alexander Madison? He has gotten you all the way down the field so far, but 2 straight handoffs on 2nd and inches got you backwards 3 yards. So, I don't know. I feel like this is the right move. Trust your quarterback in Josh Allen. Empty set here. 4-man rush. He fires it quickly to Davante Adams, who gets a touchdown. First catch of the ball game is going to be a touchdown. And Davante Adams is a dancing. And if you're the AAC Jaguars, that kind of does suck because they kind of owned you. They drove all the way down that field and they got a touchdown. And that's not good news for the AAC Jaguars. To be fair, we have yet to see a punt yet this game, so who knows? Maybe we will never see a punt. Clayton Geathers trying to do the hit stick and instead pushes him into the end zone. Good job, Clayton Geathers. Great decision there, bud. But yeah, if you're the AAC Jags, you just got to hope for a mistake, right? Because that's how they ended up getting points on you. I mean, all you need is a little misthrown ball, but your offense just needs to keep scoring, right? I mean, there is no way you can drop the ball on offense. Again, they ran 20 yards in about 7 minutes, and it didn't seem that difficult outside the time that they had to go for it on 4th down, but honestly, Alexander Madison, all they had to do was hand it off to him, and that was most of the drive. So, if you're the AAC Jaguars, I'd be a little bit nervous about being sent home again in the wild card weekend by, again, the Mountain West Saints, who've sent you home literally last 3 years. That would be kind of heartbreaking to lose to the same team 4 years in a row. Especially when you're so close, like, to them overall. I mean, there's a difference between being the 12 seed and losing to the 5 seed every year. It's the same 5 seed. That's going to be returnable by Tony Pollard. Brings it up the middle to about the 30-yard line. It's a good field position there for Case. About 5 extra yards by returning it. But yeah, like, there's a difference in my opinion. If you were the Sun Belt and you kept playing the FCS Division 2, Division 3, and you kept losing to them, that's way, way different in my opinion than playing the Mountain West Saints and you're the 8 seed and they're the 9 seed, or you're the 9 seed, they're the 8 seed every year, and you're very close overall-wise, and you keep losing to them in a heartbreaking fashion. That would be really disappointing. Case Keenum, though. Shotgun here with Tony Pollard lined up behind him. Looks like maybe a 3-man rush, although expecting to bring a linebacker. They go handoff up the middle, and Antonio Gibson's going to be tackled very, very quickly. Only about a 2-yard gain on that play. Logan Wilson with his second tackle of the ballgame. And in my opinion, the best, most explosive player you have on this field is Cole Beasley. Now, Cole Beasley, last game was so huge, and I just have that benefit of watching that game. Shotgun here, 4-man rush. He fires it over the middle and gets it to Akins. Now, Akins has been a pretty important part of this offense so far. Now, again, he's made a key mistake. And it's only third catch of the ball game, and his other 2 catches did not go so well. One was a loss on a play, and the other one was a fumble. So, obviously, ideally, Akins gets better as this game goes along. Shotgun here for Keenum. He fires it over the middle to Kelce, who has a good amount of running room, gets it all the way down to about the 40-yard line, about 19 yards on that play. So big play there made by Travis Kelce. And again, you know what's so amazing about this team is you can have Travis, like that play had 2 tight ends on it. If you didn't notice it, one was lined up actually on the line, and Kelce was lined up as just a normal receiver. And that's what is so amazing and good about having Travis Kelce on your team is you can literally just use him as a very, very big receiver. He has a speed element to him that is amazing. Look, he's just lined up normally on this play. Shotgun for Case Keenum. We're going to go pass. He has plenty of time back here until he's eventually pressured. He fumbles the ball. Is able to recover by his offensive lineman. But great play made on the edge by Shaq Barrett, who ends up making that sack for a loss of 16 yards. Insanity, but that's what happens when you stand back there for so long, Case. Someone has to be open in that time frame. The offensive line did a phenomenal job. And here's Marcus Lawrence. If you just get your head around a little bit quicker and notice that ball, that could have been yours, and that could have been a huge play in this game. 2nd and 26, empty set here for Case Keenum. Looks like possibly a 3-man rush for this. They actually bring a 4th man on a blitz. Fires it underneath to Kelce, who's going to end up picking up about 6 yards probably. Yeah, actually 8 yards, they mark it. Still brings up a 3rd and 18, though. Even though 8 yards is a good amount, it's not a lot on a 2nd and 26. So, brings up a 3rd and 18. It's going to be interesting what you play call here. Do you just play for the punt, or do you try and actually pick this up, which is going to be hard, but you know, you can try at least. Shotgun here for Case Keenum. We're going to go pass, actually. He's actually going to get pressured and gets that pass off. Looks like he had a man open if he could have just had a little bit more time. But Shaq Barrett makes a big-time play on the defensive side of the ball. And it looks like that AAC Jags defense is going to have to try and come out and get a stop. Big play there made by Shaq Barrett because that pressure does not allow Case Keenum to step into that throw to a possibly open man down the field. 4th and 18, they're going to have to punt this ball away, most definitely. Punt is gone, and it's going to go out of bounds at about the 13-yard line. So a solid punt made there. I believe Thomas Morstead is that punter. Josh Allen was perfect on the last drive. He didn't have to throw that many balls simply because Alexander Mattison was so dominant on the ground. So it's going to be interesting. 1st and 10. 13-yard line. Can the AAC Jags finally get a stop? It's going to be interesting. They have yet to get a stop, so let's see if that happens. Shotgun here for Josh Allen. Looks like possibly a 4-man rush for the AAC Jaguars. They're going to bring a 4-man rush. Josh Allen's going to actually get a scramble on this play. He jukes out of a defender, and he's going to run all the way down to the 30-yard line. 17-yard gain on that play for Josh Allen. And if I was the Mountain West Saints, I would kind of want him to be sliding because right now you're in pretty good control of this game. I wouldn't say you definitely have it won yet, but I would not want your quarterback risking his body simply because if you move on to the next round, you're going to need Josh Allen and not Derek Carr. I'm just saying it. It might be a hurtful fact, but the fact is Derek Carr does not have... I mean, he's a good quarterback, and he can win games, but he's not going to single-handedly beat the SEC, which is what you need your quarterback to do. You need your quarterback to be a hero. 2 tight end set here. We're going to pass. He has time, but he's eventually going to be sacked for a 2-yard loss by Derek Wolfe. First sack of the ball game for the AAC Jaguars. And that was a big play because you need to take some of this wind out of the sails of this offense. That sack can do some. That was good pressure that time. There were a lot of players in the general area. There was a lot of players that could have gotten that sack. It wasn't just Derek Wolfe. Nice defensive tackle there. Looks like Linville Joseph was there to make the play, as well as another player coming off the edge. 2nd and 12. Empty set here, which means you can just go after the QB if you're the AAC Jaguars. He's going to have time. He's going to scramble out of the pocket. He has some running room, but he doesn't choose wisely where to run. He just runs straight into a guy. Ends up picking about 3 yards. About 8 minutes left. Big 3rd and 9. You get a stop here for the AAC Jaguars. Get your offense the ball back. Because your offense was driving before Case Keenum decided to hold on to the ball for about an eternity. 2 tight ends set here with Hollister and Virgil Green on the field, it looks like. Shotgun for Josh Allen. They're going to go pass, obviously. He's going to have time. He's going to fire it underneath to Madison. He's going to get quickly tackled for only about a 3-yard gain. And it's going to end up being the first point of the ball game for the Mountain West Saints. Alexander Madison with his second catch. But big tackle made there by A.J. Boye. Josh Allen finds a guy open, but not enough to pick up a first down. Now left running room. Great tackle made there by A.J. Boye to get the stop and force a punt on this Mountain West Saints team that hadn't punted before. So, again, that sack could be a big turning point in this game. Corey Bojorquez have to punt this ball away. This is going to be big punt, returnable by Tony Pollard. Great spin move to get out of that and pick up a lot of extra yards. Honestly, you've been in a bad position. Great play made there by Tony Pollard to get yourself out of that bad position. Onto the backfield comes back Tony Pollard? Question mark? But Case Keenum last drive had to punt the ball away, but it was a good enough drive that you can be proud of it, and you did not take that sack for a loss of 16 yards, and that drive likely goes on, maybe even for a touchdown. At the very least, a field goal. So you just need to continue building on what you did last drive. Just don't take that 16-yard sack. Shotgun here, 1 tight end set. Actually, 2 tight end set here. Case Keenum, he fires it over the middle in traffic, but to Kelce. Ends up picking up about 8 yards on that play. Brings up a 2nd and 2. Again, 2 Kelce brothers back at it again. Jason and Travis, 2 of the best in the game at their respective positions. Andrew Wingard with his first tackle. I could be saying his name a lot. He's kind of he actually plays for the Jaguars, but he's kind of a young and up-and-coming safety in this league. Shotgun here for Case Keenum. He's going to go play action here. He's going to have time. He fires it. Incomplete. Trying to get it to Cole Beasley. But him and Cole Beasley were a little bit off and brings up a 3rd and 2. And it's interesting. It's close enough that you could run the ball, but also do quick little slants. There's a lot of options here on a 3rd and 2 to try and pick this up. So interesting decision here. If you're the AAC Jaguars, if you are Urban Meyer trying to come up with a play call, shotgun here for Case Keenum. You're going to go handoff. He's going to have the running room, and he's going to have a lot more than just the first down. He gets about 14 on that play all the way to midfield. It's third carry of the ball game for Antonio Gibson. And I guess Antonio Gibson's now the number one running back. He wasn't before. It was a lot of Tony Pollard last game, but I kind of like more of Antonio Gibson. He has a lot more explosiveness than Tony Pollard does. Tony Pollard's, I think, a better power back. But I'm not going to argue with the idea of using Antonio Gibson in a lot of these situations. I think he's a better overall back than Tony Pollard. That's just because maybe Tony Pollard has to split the carries. But shotgun here for Case Keenum. 2 tight end set here. He's going to go handoff to Gibson again. He's quickly going to get tackled for a loss of about 2. Big play made there by Shaquil Barrett. Shaquil Barrett has kind of been all over this field. Early on here, he has a forced fumble. He has some big tackles for loss. He obviously has a sack. Shaquil Barrett is easily one of their better players. Obviously, that honor probably goes to Bobby Wagner as their best player. But their linebacker core overall, I mean, Eric Wilson's probably their worst one. Not Eric Wilson, Logan Wilson's probably their worst one. He's still like an 80-some overall. 2 tight end set here. Actually, 3 tight end set here. Shotgun for Case Keenum. He's going to actually go pass. He's going to throw it underneath. Interesting decision, but he gets the first down, completing a pass to, I believe that was Akins. Akins has become a favorite target. I don't really understand why. Concerning you have Travis Kelce, Cortland Sutton, Cole Beasley. 3 tight end set here. Under center here is Case Keenum. He's going to go handoff to Antonio Gibson. He's going to have a lot of running room. You can see that speed. That's Tony Pollard. See, this is why I expect you to use both backs. I mean, Tony Pollard is a very, very good back as well. He picks up the first down. Only rush of the day is 11 yards. Like, there is a lot to like about both these backs, and I expect you to use both of them to their fullest amount because you can get a lot out of both these backs, and I think they're both very good and very effective runners. So, under center here is Case Keenum. He's going to go handoff to Gibson? Actually, Pollard. I guess they're right in the hot hand. Pollard ends up getting 2 straight carries. First one for 11 yards, this one for 8. And Tony Pollard right now is kind of killing it on the ground. So, yeah, keep feeding the hot hand. I mean, Tony Pollard's a very solid running back as well. 2 running backs set here with Gibson and Pollard in the backfield. Shotgun for Case Keenum. Takes the snap. He's going to go handoff. And that's going to be about a 1-yard gain for Pollard there. Not a great play call there for the AAC Jaguars. Logan Wilson that time with the tackle. Brings up a 3rd and 1, though. At least picked up a yard to make this a little bit better, easier of a conversion on 3rd down. Shotgun here for Case Keenum. 2 tight end set here. Put 1 off the line. He takes the snap. It's going to actually be a pass. He has a lot of time. He fires it over the middle to Travis Kelce. Gets it to the 10-yard line. And that's what's so nice about Travis Kelce. He might not have had a lot of separation there, but he is going to make those contested catches. He already has 60 yards in the day. So, I mean, Travis Kelce is being very effective here early on, despite not getting that many looks. Only 5 catches so far. Look at that coverage. That is not bad coverage by Logan Wilson. It's just Travis Kelce's a better receiver. And he's not going to let that catch be swatted away. Brings up a 1st and 10 at the 10-yard line, which means you can still get a first down before a touchdown. It's going to be an interesting point moving forward. Shotgun here for Case Keenum. He fires it to the end zone. That's going to be caught just short of that end zone. 2-yard line, they mark him. Great catch made there by Cortland Sutton. Trying to catch the ball game for 42 yards. We've only gone to Cole Beasley once, which is an interesting choice, considering I know how important Cole Beasley was last game. I guess the Mountain West Saints are doing a better job covering up Kelce this game. Beasley this game. Brings up a 2nd and 2 from the 2-yard line. Okay, we want to start about chewing some clock. Remember, the AAC Jaguars get the ball after halftime. The only reason it keeps some clock on this board, there's really no reason. All it does is benefit the Mountain West Saints. Shotgun here for Case Keenum. Looks like probably a 5-man rush at the very least. Bring to Kelce in motion. They're going to go handoff to Pollard. and there's not going to be a lot of running room there. He's going to be tackled for about a yard loss, maybe even 2. The second tackle for loss by Logan Wilson, 4th tackle of the ball game. And they're partying on that sideline. That Mountain West sideline is a rockin'. It was a weird play call, considering that it was a lot of trying to fool out the defense. The fact is that just gave him more time to penetrate the offensive line. Brings up a 3rd and 3. Probably going to take this after the 2-minute warning, if I'm going to be honest. I don't see them snapping before that time, because there's really no point in doing that. Yeah, they do take the snap. Never mind. They bring a blitz. He fires it to the end zone. Oh, my God. It could have been caught by Cortland Sutton or Travis Kelce, but they swatted away from each other. And that means you're going to have to make a difficult choice here on 4th and 3. It could have been an easy touchdown for either of them, but they swatted away from each other. And instead, it ends up being nothing. 4th and 3, 3 tight ends set here with 3 yards left to go and a fullback on the field. They're going to go pitch to the outside. He has no running room. That's going to be tackled for a 5-yard loss. And that drive is this could be a major play in the game that you could look back at if you're the American Conference and look at what if Cortland Sutton and Travis Kelce didn't swat the ball away from each other. If one of them just took the touchdown, that would have been a touchdown, and you could have made it a 7-point game, at least heading into halftime, or at least you could hope. Now the Mountain West Saints have to make a chance to make it a 21-point game heading into halftime, which would be absolutely heartbreaking if you're the AAC Jaguars. If you're the defense, you desperately need to stop here. If you're the Mountain West Saints, you have a chance to take a 3-possession lead heading into halftime, which would be a very comfortable little egg to sit on. Shotgun here for Josh Allen. He's going to take the snap. They bring a blitz here. He has time. He fires it underneath to Davante Adams, who ends up picking up the first down on the play. And it's only Davante Adams' second catch of the ballgame. He does have a touchdown on the day. A.J. Boye with that coverage. And again, this is an interesting point, because if Shaquil Griffin hadn't gotten hurt, that would likely be the person he was covering instead of A.J. Boye. I don't know why they're chewing clock here. I feel like you could have the possibility for a 2-minute drive. Empty set here for Josh Allen. For 5-man rush, actually, it turns out to be. You're going to get tackled for a gain of only about 1 yard, but still. That's when the Mountain West Saints take their first timeout. Interesting use of a timeout. I thought you were going to let all the clock drip off, but instead you just decided to let most of the clock drip off. Doesn't make a lot of sense to me. First time. We had time for a 2-minute drive. I don't think you do now, and I think calling that timeout more benefits the American Jaguars than it does you. They bring... this is a screen, and was read perfectly by the defense. That's going to be a timeout by the Saints for some reason. And honestly, this is playing more into the hands of the Jags than it is anyone. Through 4-yard loss on that play by great play by Ioannidis. I got to give props to that man. But 3rd and 13, if you just get a stop here for the Jags, so you called a timeout so you could run the ball to chew some clock. Get a great strategy, guys. So that's going to get stopped. The Jags are going to take a timeout. And the Jags are going to have 51 seconds to, at the very least, get a field goal. He taken the field goal before, by the way. You could have kicked a field goal here and made it a 8-point game heading into halftime. It would have been a lot more good. It would have been way better. But, great field position, most likely, for the AAC Jaguars. It's going to be a punt here. That's definitely by Corey Bajorquez. Going to do some blockers out in front for Tony Pollard. And he's going to get it all the way to about the 45-yard line. All you need is about 20, 30 yards. You're in field goal range, and you have 42 seconds and 2 timeouts. This is definitely conceivable for Case Keenum, and just some poor clock management at the end of the half by the Mountain West Saints when you could have been taking a 14-point lead into halftime. The American Saints could conceivably knock it down to 11-point lead heading into halftime, which is a lot easier of a pill as well, because at least you got points heading into halftime. You get the ball first. You could make it a one-possession game, although you could do that before, but just a field goal makes it a one-possession game. Shotgun here for Case Keenum. Takes a snap. He has plenty of time, actually. A lot of time back there, but eventually he's going to get pressure and he's going to get sacked. So never mind. That was some pretty horrible decision-making by Case Keenum. Both sacks by New Orleans, or the Mountain West, I guess, have been sacks that you just shouldn't have taken if you're Case Keenum. It was the offensive line did a very admirable job holding up for that long, and if no one's open, you just need to get rid of the ball at this point. Now you got to make up a lot more yards. Empty set here. Josh Allen looks like a three-man rush by the Mountain West Saints. They bring a fourth man, actually a fifth man too, so a blitz here. Case Keenum's getting pressure. He's going to get sacked once again. Second sack by Morgan Fox. And Hayes just let this clock drip out. So never mind. I was going to say horrible clock management for the Mountain West could have allowed points, but Morgan Fox single-handedly decided, they're not getting any points this half. Morgan Fox, great inside move to get some pressure. And third sack of the ball game, two of them coming from Morgan Fox, a guy I did not think was going to be coming up with huge sacks in this game. It's going to be end of the second quarter. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We're probably going to get one more play, but it's going to be inconsequential. 2 seconds, 1 second, they're going to go handoff. And as long as there's no injuries, there aren't. That was an inconsequential play. But everybody, this is GGB saying adios, amigos, and see you in the third quarter.